Welcome back, Stoner Squad, and welcome to all those new to the channel. My name is DanIsStoned, and thank you for joining me today for a very special video. So it's finally here, people. CK3 is finally out, and oh my god, I am so hyped, I'm so pumped. I cannot put it into words, and I really cannot wait to show you guys. The game looks amazing. Before I do actually start off, I do want to say a big thanks to Paradox Interactive for providing me with a key. I've had access to the game for about a week before launch, so I've been testing it out pretty extensively, and I cannot thank them enough for providing me with a key. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, before we get going and playing the game, I just want to go through what exactly we will be doing in this series. So, I decided to try and do a small campaign or a mini-series of sort where I can take my time and show you guys everything that's new with the game and all the different changes. I didn't want to really start off in a mega campaign, something really long and something really too difficult, because I'm still not that good at the game yet, and I need a couple of plays to actually kind of get going. So I've decided to play in Island. Island, you may know from CK2 that it's kind of a tutorial newbie island, and that is the case here. I mean, they have implemented a pretty good tutorial. Forgot to say, by Paradox standards, the tutorial in the game, it is actually really good. I've played it. It is a lot better than all the previous ones, so well done Paradox on that. You've actually made it a lot more accessible. So I've decided to play as Petty King Muhdad Mac Donhad of Munster, with the objective of going for the Emerald Isle achievement, which is as an Irish ruler, form Island. Pretty simple, nothing too hard there. It enables me to get an achievement to start off things nice and slow, and also kind of go through all the different changes slowly, so I don't actually rush through everything, and you can actually take everything in. Once I do this small little mini-series, I think it'll take me about 4 or 5 episodes, I think, something like that, to form Island. It shouldn't take me too long, really. It's not that hard. And then I will actually do something a lot more grandiose, and I have some really big plans for you guys. But anyway, yeah, that is the objective here. Right, before we start, let's see who we are. So, first of all, I have chosen to start out on the 15th of September 1066. Now, I could have started out a bit earlier on. I think 867 is the earliest start date. But I wanted to start out when we are all pretty much feudal already. I didn't want to start off as a tribal, just to kind of make it a little bit easier for me to form the Irish kingdom, and that is the reason why. So we start off at the 15th of September 1066, and our ruler is Petty King Muhdad Mac Donhad of Munster. So he is an unmarried man. He's located in Thomond, which is the capital over here, by the way. I'll show you guys quickly. The map looks gorgeous, by the way. Thomond, which is here. The map looks absolutely amazing. I'll just quickly zoom out for you guys so you can see it, and it's massive. Look at the size of this thing, and it's ripped off at the end here, which means, I think that's going to mean there's going to be an expansion. They're going to be adding on to that. They wouldn't have left it ripped for no reason, surely to God. There's got to be a reason. So we are 39 years of age, and we have an heir. He is called, who is our heir? Brian Mac Muhdad Brian, and he is our son. He is an 18-year-old unmarried man as well. Our dude is temperate. Okay, so that gives us a little boost to stewardship, gives us also a small health boost, and an opinion of temperate characters is increased by 10%. Opinion of gluttonous characters is reduced. We are virtuous to insularis, insular opinion plus 10, piety plus 1 per month. They have a really cool thing, by the way, that they've added to the game here, and it is the kind of pop-up boxes, which then can add up to another pop-up box to kind of help you out. So now if I kind of move my mouse cursor down and over stewardship, see, it will pop up another box, tell me what stewardship does, and if I wanted to know what domains are, move the mouse cursor over it and everything. And it's really good. It's really useful. Honestly, it makes it a lot easier for newcomers to the game. So I've got to say, hats off to Paradox for that. We are a wrathful man as well, which gives us -1 diplomacy, plus 3 martial ability, and -1 intrigue. However, we have natural dread, which is increased by 20. Dread is also a new thing. That is pretty cool. Dread is a measure of how people fear you. So basically, the more fear they have, the more you can force them into doing what you want. So a ruler with high dread is going to be very useful. We are an impatient man, though, which reduces our learning. It does, however, increase our monthly prestige gain by 20%. Our opinion of our liege goes down by 5%, but that doesn't really bother us because we are the highest rank leader here. There's no one above us. We are not a vassal of anybody. Vassal opinion, however, is reduced, and hostile scheme power plus 15%, and opinion of patient characters -15. Okay, well that's good. And we own the Petty Kingdom of Munster, which is basically as stated before this here. Anyway, without any further ado, and I mean I know you guys are itching to get into this and itching to see all the stuff, so let's get right into it. Normal difficulty, of course, we have achievements available, and we are going for the Emerald Isle achievement. Let's roll, people. Let's roll. So, let's rename this the Emerald Isle. Have I got cap locks on? I have. The Emerald Isle. Boom. And in we go. Okay, so before we unpause the game, let's just go round the general interface so I can actually just quickly go over all the stuff with you guys. You'll notice a lot of similar things, but you'll also notice some, like, notable changes. So let's go over the resource bar at the top first. So, of course, you have your monthly income. Of course, it's how much money you make. It's from your own domain, so the lands you own, and your vassal taxes. So at the moment, we are making 2 ducats per month, which is really not that much. We have prestige, which is just like in CK2. Prestige is a measure of how prestigious you are. Now, there is something new, though, tied to prestige in CK3, and it is really cool. And it is level of fame. So, as you gain prestige, you gain progress towards increasing your level of fame. So, at the moment, we have a level of fame which is established, and it doesn't really give us any extra bonuses. Now, if we were to gain enough prestige and make enough progress to fill this progress bar up here, so we needed 1,000 towards the next level of fame, we would gain the distinguished level of fame, and that would give us secular opinion, so +5, and it would also give us number of knights +1. Now, knights, I will come back into that a little bit later on when I actually go into military matters, but you'll see knights are fairly important. Next we have piety. Of course, your piety, again, as in CK2, is how pious of an individual, how religious your dude is. At the moment we have 250 piety, we make 1.15 piety per month, and there is another thing tied to piety this time called a level of devotion. And this is pretty cool as well. It works just like the prestige here, like the level of fame, level of devotion. You build up a piety to progress towards another level. At the moment we are dutiful, which gives us no bonuses, but if we go up to the next level of faithful, we get devoted servant, which gives us insular clergy opinion +5. So since we are insular, I'm pretty sure we are if I go onto our dude here. How do I find that out? There we go. Irish insular. So any insular kind of character would have an extra bonus of +5 to opinion on us. So that is pretty cool. After we have renown. Now this is totally new and totally different. Now renown is basically how much renown your dynasty has, and it increases by a certain amount per month or decreases, whatever. And at the moment we have 117. Now if I go to renown, it'll show you renown is much like prestige but shared by an entire dynasty, so it's basically the renown of your dynasty. It gains renown for the following: the current number of living family members, number of rulers, number of spouses to other rulers, and so forth. Again, this is so cool, this little pop-up boxes for everything. It's like really wicked, it's so useful. And at the moment we are at an insignificant level of renown, which means children are born with 200 prestige off the bat, which is pretty good. Marrying into this dynasty gives 100 prestige to the people, and rulers get a maximum of +15 long reign opinion. So the longer you reign, you can get up a maximum of +15 opinion with other characters. Once you increase, like the prestige and piety, you get progress towards the next level. Here, the next level is noteworthy, which would then increase the amount of prestige children are born with, increases the prestige you get from marrying into this dynasty, and increases the maximum long reign opinion boost that you can get. So that is pretty cool. The next one is the total soldiers, which is pretty good. So this is how many levies you have, how many soldiers that are willing to fight. And this is going to be a good time to actually go into the different types of troops. So basically in CK3 they've changed fighting a bit, and there's quite a lot of things that change. So you have your total soldiers, so that's the number of levies, basically number of soldiers that would appear to fight when you raise them. But inside your number of total soldiers, you have different categories. So your knights, we have 6. A knight is a character that joins your army to fight along your soldiers. During knights, they use their prowess skill to fight more effectively. So high prowess means they'll be able to inflict more damage on the enemy. Knights are very important. The more knights you have, the better, and the stronger your knights, the better it will be. So you need to make sure they have a lot of prowess, which is very, very important. Under your knights, you have your levies. So this is just basically the bulk of your armies, and it's just like the rabble that you raise to fight, and they're not that effective. They're poorly armed fighters, as I said, peasant militias, ruffians, local sellswords and stuff like that. And you have quality of troops now. So quality gauges the power of an army relative to its number of soldiers. Now, an army that contains knights and men-at-arms will be of high quality, while an army containing a large number of levers will be of lower quality. This allows me then to show you guys that there's another type of unit that's not showed up here, and it is called the man-at-arms. So now, on the side here, you have a load of bars. We'll go through them a bit later on, but the second one down here is the military section here. So just click on that, or click on F3 on your keyboard, whatever, and it'll pop it up. So as you can see, we can see the levies here, 514, which are up here, 514, you see, and the 6 knights. We have 6 out of a maximum of 10. Okay. Underneath, you'll see create a man-at-arms regiment. Now, this is totally new. And as with the knights, so create a man-at-arms regiment. So if I click on this, and you can actually create a set of different types of units who are each effective at doing different things. Some are better at fighting certain unit types, some are better at better at fighting on certain terrain types. Some are better at helping with sieges, such as onagers and mangonels, all sorts of stuff. They cost a lump sum to build, and they cost a fair amount actually to maintain. They are quite expensive. They cost a little bit of gold to maintain when they're not raised, but as soon as you raise them, they cost a hell of a lot. So you want to make sure you have enough gold to kind of get your man-at-arms regiment. I think the biggest comparison to CK2 would be that they would be regiments. Not regiments, retinues. That would be the biggest comparison. And these are important. So basically, if you have a lot of man-at-arms and a lot of knights in your armies, then the more your army quality will be, and of course your quality, it helps in battle. So higher quality will punch above their weight. So that's about that for the army. Next resource here is your domain. So of course that's just a bit like CK2, how many holdings you actually own as a ruler. So we can have 5 domains, well 5 holdings, which is our domain limit. And that is increased by a multitude of factors. Okay, now we've gone through the resource bar pretty quickly. I do want to show you guys quickly something really cool, and it's the map, and it's a lot of changes, which is pretty cool. Now what you have, your baronies and your, well, as you know in CK2, you have basically your counties, and then in your counties you have subholdings, which can be castles, cities and temples. Well, now your subholdings are located on the map, and you can see them, which is really cool. So basically this is the county of Thomond. So I'll zoom out here, it's the county of Thomond. And in the county of Thomond we have, so the city or the barony of Luimniac or whatever, and that is the capital holding of this county. And next to it, you can see we have a city of Innis, which is a minor holding, and we have a bishopric of Aonac, which is a bishopric, so that's a minor holding as well. And you can see we have empty spots, potential empty spots as well. The barony, oh no, this is the barony? Is it a barony? Oh no, it's not a barony, it's the barony of Roscrea, but there's no holding in it, and some of them are empty, and you can actually construct new holdings, like a city, castle, or temple, just like in CK2, but they appear on the map, which is pretty cool. If you want to see how many holdings there are in a certain county, just click on any given, like, county or whatever, and you'll see here, you can see we have the capital here, or the capital of the county, and then you have all the sub-holdings in each one, and the blank ones here are the ones you can build in. So that is pretty cool. So this actually makes the map a lot bigger, and it's really cool. Honestly, it's a great little touch. So that is all I wanted to show you guys there. Of course, your map modes are down here, of course. You can add extra ones here, which is, of course, that is not new. Now we need to kind of look through the... So this is like your bars. So I don't know if you remember in CK2 you had the bars at the top, which were the different tabs. So now they're located on the side. So you have your realm tab, which basically shows you your realm, basically your vassals and all sorts of loads of different info. I'll let you guys check that out at your leisure. The military tab we just went in before. Of course, don't need to go through that again. The council, which is self-explanatory. Like in CK2, you have your chancellor, your bishop, your steward, your spymaster, your marshal, and they are competent depending on their stats in the given category that they're needed. So a chancellor has got to be diplomacy, stewardship, a stewardship, martial, military, and stuff. They have 3 options as well. I'll let you guys go over the 3 options on your own, and I'll kind of show you guys what they do while I play. The court, a bit like CK2 again, doesn't change. Just shows your court, different people. You can sort by different factors and everything, and so loads of stuff like that. Your intrigue, where you can scheme. Now, schemes have changed a bit. They have something really cool now, which is called hooks, so you can learn secrets of people. So let's say your vassal is sleeping with another person other than his wife, well, you can have a hook on that vassal, and you can use these hooks to actually make a vassal or a character do something you would like them to do. So that is all pretty cool. You have your factions again. self-explanatory. Anyone who's like doesn't like you and trying to overthrow you or kind of lead a revolt or whatever, all in the factions. And then of course decisions, where you can do a load of stuff like go on a pilgrimage. Nothing really new there. That's all kind of pretty much just like in CK2. Now, they have something pretty cool as well that's changed down at the bottom here. Now, this is your culture map mode, just located down here, and you can see all the different cultures. Now, you have something now called innovations, and each culture has some innovations depending on the group and whatnot, and you can research different kind of innovations if you wish, and they're all divided into different categories, and they give you different bonuses, which is rather nice. And it increases by depending on a variety of factors, and it's pretty cool. However, you can only change what you want to research if you are the culture head. So basically, you've got to be the dominant leader of that culture. So the one that's the most prestigious, more powerful, has the most land. And you can see our culture is the Irish group. We are apparently the culture head because we dominate it. And that means we can actually choose what we want to research here, or what we want to focus on, which is really good. So if you're not the culture head, you cannot choose. You have to follow what the culture head chooses. So that's pretty neat. Here, I want to go for Royal Prerogative because it increases the Crown Authority level, and of course the Crown Authority level allows you to enact new stuff, new laws and whatever, so especially succession laws that's needed. I would like to change succession laws at some point, so we'll definitely go for that. So that is really cool. We have also the religious section is down here now. And again, here it's just an overview of your kind of religion. You can see the tenets of each religion. As you can see, they give you a load of different things. And it's just a load of stuff, honestly. Just look through it. The main doctrines of the religion. The marriage doctrines, what you can do, like divorce, you must be approved by the Pope. Marriage, polygamous, you can marry multiple things. Well, multiple things, that sounded so wrong. Multiple women or men. Legitimization. Bastards can be legitimized if they want, and consanguinity what's this? Marriage between cousins is allowed. So basically, yeah, you can marry your cousins and whatnot. It is allowed, and it shows your head of faith and whatnot. There's also something really cool. You can actually create your own custom faith. So depending on how much piety you've got, you need piety to do it, but you can actually make your own faith. So if I wanted to, a bit like with England when they wanted to make the Anglican Church like separate from the Pope, you can just like kind of found your own church, which is pretty good, I've got to say. It gives us a lot of roleplay capabilities, and it is really cool. You can see your house. This is your house section here. So this is new. This is really cool. So you have your house. So House Brain is the house of the Dalgate Dynasty. Okay, so this is the dynasty. This is House Brain. So this is the major house, I think. This is the major house of the dynasty. And of course you have your Dynasty Renown, which is here of course, which is located up there as well, as shown before, and it goes up when you get to a certain points of splendor. You can open your dynasty tree here as well. You can see who's in your dynasty, whatever, and all that sort of stuff. Just close that down. And you have dynasty legacies here, and you can spend renown now to access legacies, and this is really cool. So you need a certain amount of points to actually buy it, and you can buy them in different categories, and each give a different bonus. So warfare would be stuff that would increase your fighting capabilities, like if we were to access House of Warriors, we'll gain +2 prowess, and knight effectiveness will be up by 15%. And you can really choose whatever you want. There's genetics as well, by the way. You can actually do genetics here, which is pretty cool. Blood, so trying to breed the most worthy successors. So if somebody wants to create a super race of super powerful buffed up rulers, well, you can do that. And that is something that is really, really, really cool. And I think that's about it for all the kind of interface and all the changes and stuff. Your character is now located down here. And you just click on it, and of course it opens up a load of stuff, who your parents are, grandparents, spouses, siblings, whatever, a load of info, your claims, your titles, all that sort of stuff. Before we do start, there is one thing that I have kept from CK2, and it's lifestyles, but it has changed significantly. So now you can actually choose a category, a bit like in CK2. You can choose what you want. And this is really, really good. This allows really great diversification of your characters, and it is absolutely fantastic. So you click on this, and you choose what you want to specialize in. Now, our guy is a pretty good military leader, and I think we're going to focus on martial. And because of our martial education, because we have high martial stats, we gain 30% more experience in this lifestyle. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I click on this, and now you can choose 3 different focuses. So you can either choose a strategy focus, which basically gives you +3 martial and gives you a certain amount of martial experience per month. Authority focus gives you Extra martial gives you dread gain, which is pretty good, plus 20% dread. Again, dread is a measure of how feared you are. It gives you extra control. Control is a new thing as well. Before I go through this further on, I'll show you what control is. Each kind of county now has a control level, and it goes from 0 to 100, and the lower it is, so the closer it gets to 0, basically, the less gold you will make and the less levies you'll be able to raise. So you need to kind of maintain county control up to 100 if you can at all times. What about this place? This is also 100 county control. When you generally conquer somewhere, county control is not 100 because you're like the new overlord of the place and it's kind of all unstable. So you need to kind of find ways to get it up, and there are ways of doing it. Councillors can do it. It works pretty well, so that is a new thing. Anyway, back to the lifestyle. So authority focus is pretty good, and chivalry focus gives you extra prowess in battle, so that's like your personal combat skill, I suppose. Again, if you're not sure, just hover your mouse cursor over the blue stuff and it pops up with lovely pop-up boxes. There we go, it's a character's personal aptitude in combat, which is pretty good. And advantage, what's this? Battle advantage makes one side in battle do more damage. Okay, so basically make more damage and all that sort of stuff. So that is pretty cool. And I think we're going to go for the authority focus here. We already have a high level of martial ability, and extra dread gain would be pretty cool because it would allow us to keep our vassals in check. And it also increases the control growth. So since we do plan on expanding, the control growth is going to be pretty useful to keep them under control. So go for the authority focus. And you can only change it every 5 years, by the way. Now, once you're in here, now you can see in the martial section here, there is basically a load of attributes and traits that an individual will gain over time. So since we are focusing on the martial ability, he's going to gain points, and the bar up here. And once you reach 1,000 martial experience, well, then of course you can unlock another perk. And as you can see already, we've unlocked a lot in the gallant section. So we are a stalwart leader, which gives us more prowess. We have courtship, which gives us a load of extra stuff like romance scheme power. So basically increases the scheming chances we have for romance events and stuff like that. Chivalric dominance, knight effectiveness plus 75%. Promising prospects, marriage acceptance for yourself, and a load of other cool stuff. And down at the end of every tree, you gain a perk or a trait. So here we nearly got gallant. If we get that, we gain the. Once we get 1,000 points here, we can unlock the gallant trait, which would give us plus 2 martial, plus 4 prowess, plus 20% monthly prestige, and plus 20 attraction opinion. So all that is pretty cool. And you can change this at any time. You've got to wait 5 years, and you can really specialise in what category you want. And each kind of category has different trees and different perks. And it is all really nice, and it's a brilliant addition, I've got to say. And I think that is about it, people. I think I've gone over everything that I wanted to show you guys, pretty much. And I think we can actually start things rolling. So the first thing, again, you have like pop-ups up here to help you do what you want to do. So again, we're not married, so we're going to have to marry somebody. Who do you want to marry? I'd like to marry... Oh, the Duchy of Normandy. Where's the Duchy of Normandy? Duchy of Normandy is over here. I'm pretty sure this is the Duchy of Normandy. It is. Go into the map mode, Duchy titles here. Duchy of Normandy is all that. We can marry into the Duchy. We can get an alliance with Normandy. That would be cool. I'd happily take that. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that really, now when you ally somebody across the sea, you don't need to worry about if the guy has ships or not. Now you don't need to build ships. Troops disembark on water automatically. So you don't need to actually build any shipyard and stuff and get any ships. So that's pretty useful. Let's see. So let's go back to our leader. Let's marry him up. Let's go for Adelaide de Ponthieu. She's pretty good. It would get a potential alliance with the Duchy of Normandy. She is 17, so she's young, so childbearing is going to be cool. 10, 8, 9, 8, 9, pretty well-rounded. She is a chaste woman. That is not good, though, so I don't think we're going to go for her. So we're going to go for Princess Indegard Haraldstatter of Norway. Oh, it gives us an alliance with Norway. Do I want an alliance with Norway? That gives us an alliance, a nice alliance with Norway. And oh yes, let's do that then. That's good. We'll marry you, and we don't get any. We don't get any of the prestige for that, but they do. Is there anyone else then? I mean, this is the Principality of Gwynedd. That's a bit closer, and that could help us. Let's see. What about you? Yeah, they don't get any. I think we're going to go for Princess Ingard Haraldstatter of Norway. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, they accept. We'll accept. We'll send the proposal. We'll get her married, which is pretty good. What about our son? Is our son married? Our son's not married, so let's arrange a marriage for the son. Let's find a spouse. Again, we'll try and see if we can get anybody for an alliance. That is Earldom of Herefordshire. Don't want that. Duchy of Burgundy. I suppose you could go for an alliance with the Principality of Gwynedd. Why not? Who's the best one? 811-493. She's pretty good. She's lazy though. A lazy woman, trusting and sadistic though. Yeah, we'll marry you. Let's get that going. We'll pop. See if we can get some children popping out. And then we have, of course, your general stuff here. These are general issues. So if too few knights, you can declare wars. Family members can get married. Half brother and all that sort of stuff. So let's get them married. We'll get them married at some point. We'll do it now actually. So our half brother can marry. Try and get some more alliances going. The Earldom of Herefordshire. He's 33. How old is our guy? 46. The age corresponds. So you'll marry them. Oh no, we don't get any. We lose prestige. Well, he loses prestige for that. That's not cool. Oh, Constance de Bourgogne. Yeah, she's the one we're going to marry there. He gains a bit of prestige for that. We'll marry Constance de Bourgogne for him. What about you? Oh, we can marry a Godwin. Yeah, let's get an alliance with the Earldom of Devon, potentially. Gives more prestige for the family. And we'll marry, the son and heir is getting married. The next thing, we have too few knights. So let's have a look at our knights here. We have quite a few. We have... How many do we have? We have 6 out of 10. So we need more knights. I could probably invite some knights, to be honest. Now, as you can see here, these are all your knights, and this is their prowess. So the higher this number here, the better it is. So we need to really kind of make sure our knights that we have, that are allowed here, that are accessed, these are the ones that are fighting, have the highest possible prowess. So I'll sort that out a little bit later on. Now that is done, I think we need to just check what our council is doing pretty quickly. Let's make a claim. Now, there's a change here. Now it's your bishops that fabricate claims. And claims now, it has a percentage value. So it's no longer random, like you have 7% yearly chance to make a claim. You can now actually do it. It does it over time and increases by a certain percentage per month, depending on a variety of factors. So the first thing I'm going to do here is definitely try and maybe take over Desmond, which would be nice. And I think that is something we can possibly do. So let's make a claim. I actually could make a claim on Ormond and try and take that land directly under my control. Because at the beginning now it's a vassal, and this vassal don't like me. And I think we need to kind of make sure we put our power down and get rid of any potential threats. So first we're going to make a claim on our own vassal here, which we will actually try to make a claim. And as you can see here, this kind of a bar, it fills up, and then you get the claim. And you pay a certain amount of gold for the claim as well. So that's done. The next thing I want to do is make sure we go to our Crown Authority. And I want to up it to Limited Crown Authority because we can revoke titles and stuff, so we'll do that. So titles can be revoked, vassals can be retracted. Government vassals will provide at least 5% levies and 2% income. So I'll pass that law. There's also something else I forgot to show. Vassals now have contracts. So if you go on your realm and you can click on this button here, modify feudal contract, and you can basically up the amount of taxes you want to get or lower them. You can up the amount of levies you want to get or lower them, give them a certain rights, like succession rights, so you can make them have forced partition, so it makes it split. You can protect them from title revocation and stuff, and you can change all this forcibly by being tyrannical, but you can also change it by getting access to hooks, which is down here. Use a hook, and a hook is a general term for a relationship between characters where one can get the other to do their will. You have weak hooks, strong hooks, and basically depending on the severity of their stuff or what they've been doing. Like let's say this guy's married and he's been cheating on his wife with a bloke, well then you can actually get a pretty big hook on him and force him to accept changes to the terms of his vassal contract, and that is a really cool thing. So that is done, and I think we're pretty much ready to go here. And yeah, let's unpause the game. Let's go. Boom. Up the speed, I think. There's no reason not to. We can put it on speed 5, I think, while I wait for the claim. Anyway, greetings, Petty King Murhad of Munster. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. So we are now married. An alliance has been formed with Prince Robert the Old of France. That's cool. The portraits are wicked. It looks really cool. Look, they even move. It is brilliant. Honestly, it looks so good. Now I have an alliance of King Harold of Norway, and he is a pretty beastie man. 25 martial ability. Wow. A skilled tactician. Excellent, that's good. And we are also allied with... who else? Yeah, we've made an ally with the guy of Burgundy as well. Prince... whatever. Of Gwynedd down here. And we also married some other dude down there, but that's good. I'm happy with that. That's really cool. So anyway, let's get this claim going. We might as well keep it rolling. And then I will show you guys warfare, and this is going to be really cool to find out. Anyway, advised bishopric endorsement. So your character's faith makes it so you have a realm priest on your council. These bishops hold immense power and are more than willing to share it should you try to stay on their good side. Your bishop provides you with taxes levies from all temple holdings in your realm, and how much they give you is dependent on their opinion. Okay. So that changes from CK2, where depending on their loyalty to the Pope or you, they give it to either the Pope or you. So if you had more opinion with the Pope, then he'll give it to you. If the Pope had more opinion with him, then he'll give it to the Pope. Okay, I understand. What's this here? Okay, so yeah, I'll probably have some little pop-ups. Oh, bugger, mouse went crazy. Have some pop-ups helping us with a few things at some point. I can actually declare a war, to be honest, on this guy already. I think we have a de jure claim on him since we are the Duke. Greetings, Petty King Mulhad of Munster. I am proud through documents both ancient and of less certain provenance, and have finally enough material to make the case that you are the rightful lord of the Earldom of Ormond. See it done. Okay, so now I've got the claim, so I'm going to slow the speed down here a little bit so I can actually do the war. And what's this? Bishopric of... do I have... oh, I'm out of gold. Ah, damn, I'm in debt, of course. I probably shouldn't have been able to do that. That's a shame. So what happens when I'm out of gold? Yeah, we're going to need a little bit more cash. Let's see if I can actually revoke this guy though now. So if I can actually try to revoke title, would he... he might accept. I could probably try and get a hook on this guy. Can I scheme? I could try and sway him, but I do want to get a hook on that guy. If I was to raise my armies, how much would it cost me? Oh, we have 10 knights now, so they've filled up. If I was to raise all armies, how much money would we make? Then I just click raise, and they all raise to a rally point, which is your flag. You can change your rally point, by the way, by clicking on that. And we make 0.2, so we are making gold, so that's good. So I can actually do this, and we'll probably get gold by ransacking our own land anyway. So let's see if we can actually revoke this guy. I mean, yeah, we can. We should have more men than this guy. How much like kind of troops does he have? Let's revoke a title. He might launch a rebellion, but I mean, yeah, whatever. We can easily take care of this guy. So I have a claim on the title. Allow me to revoke it. So I guess you get a claim if you don't be viewed as a tyrant. He loses 80 opinion of me, but yeah, whatever. So let's revoke the damn title, and we'll see what he does. I'm very interested to see how it works. Right, let's slow the speed down a little bit. I'm going to actually raise the troops just in case. So let's get the army raised, okay, and we'll get it ready. He's obviously going to fight us. I mean, I think it's more than obvious. Okay, so he's vastly inferior. He only has 397 men. We have pretty much double that. So we're going to rally the troops, and this gives us a good opportunity now to show you guys how we are fighting. So we have an elite quality army here, because apparently we have a lot of knights. I don't know what this guy has. He has a... which one is that one? Is that not average? It is... I don't know. We'll see once we actually get into the fight here. So let's move. We'll deal with this guy here. We'll actually try and catch him. I don't know if we are going to catch him. Or yeah, we've caught him. So, okay. So now I'm in battle, and this is the cool stuff. So, again, you have, like, multiple phases. You have the maneuver phase, then you have the battle phase thing, whatever, and then the retreat phase. So it's when they retreat, you kill the most men. Here you have your numbers, of course, and, of course, you have your similar dice roll. And then you have your command advantage. So we are the commander of the army. We have a lot. Yeah, 31 martial skill with the load of other stuff. So we have a lot of stuff. We should beat this guy, and it's going to be pretty easy. So let's roll. So again, now we're in the early battle phase, and you can see how many enemies routed. These are the ones that aren't dead, by the way. The routed ones are the ones that are retreating. You do most of your damage when you pursue the enemy. Okay, and now we have a little battle icon up here. And this is really cool because you actually see detail, like in detail, what happened in the battle. So as you can see, we lost 18 men, and he lost 394 men. We absolutely smashed him. We routed him completely. You can see more details as well if you want. You can see how much your knight kills. So our knights got 85 kills. Our levy's got 32 kills and lost 16 men. His levy's got 11 kills, lost 8 to 118 men, and you can see it through all the different phases. It's really good, honestly. It's really cool if you want to find out what you actually did. It's a lovely little detail. However, we have an empty council position, and I am going to put on the steward here. But let's go for... Do we have a powerful vassal that wants to have a position? Not really, not at the moment. But let's put the best man for the job, which has got to be you. It's our nephew and knight, so I'll put you as steward. We'll assign you. And let's go and siege this down. So now, you siege. Again, you have like siege phases, and then depending on the dice roll, you get a certain amount of like kind of positive or negative stuff happening to him or us. You have siege progress now, which is a base value of 1, and then you can upgrade it with siege weapons. Now, this is where your man-in-arms can come in. If you create a man-in-arms regiment, get onagers and mangonels and increase the speed at which you siege stuff down, which is pretty useful. While we're sieging that down, let's have a look at the council, what we can do. We can do religious relations, improve religious relations, so it improves it with everybody potentially, so you don't stick it on a county, it's pretty much general now. Fabricate claims, and of course then convert faith. The Chancellor does foreign affairs, which is basically improves opinion with people around you. I don't probably want that, I think we want domestic affairs, so we can improve direct vassal opinion, which is pretty cool, so we'll have that. The steward can either collect taxes, increases your domain taxes, and possible side effects, extra taxes. You might have an event where we get a bit more gold. And you can also increase development in county. So development is, here we go. So development is a measure of the local infrastructure and technological advancement of a county. High development increases levies, taxes, and supply limit. Our development at the moment is valued at 6, and it's based on a few factors, as you can see. Now, the marshal, he can either, again, organise levies, which increases your levy garrison size and reinforcement rate by 70%. Again, it depends on the martial ability of your character there. And we can also either train commanders, which will give the chance to find a new commander, a new knight, increases traits of people, whatever, all good stuff. And the spy master, of course, you can disrupt schemes. So it just disrupt schemes that happen in our realm. You can send him to support schemes, or you can do find secrets. So I think we're going to find secrets. And I want to find some secrets on this guy. I want to get a hook on this guy, so we're going to try and see if we can find a secret. But of course, we are going to try and de jure vassalize him, and if I can get a hook on him, we can force him to abandon his claim, which would be good. Anyway, camp dispute. So after my army sets up camp, I hear commotion coming from my knight's lodgings. Investigating the disturbance, I find Yarmate and Lochan in the middle of a heated argument, while several onlookers look on. I deliver a speech to the crowd. Diplomacy challenge, a possible outcome. I can either gain 150 prestige, gain 100 martial lifestyle experience, or I could lose some prestige. Fighting escalates. I could have them whipped, I gain some dread, they lose opinion of me. Or sod this, I'm going to my tent and stuffing me ears. I'm going to deliver a speech, let's see if I gain some prestige. Oh no, it was a brawl. Okay, my pleas for us to put aside all the difference fall on deaf ears. So, you know what, I think I'm going to join. I have a lot of personal combat ability. So, yeah, let's join in. Let's join in on the fight. Oh, I gained wounded, but I gained the 25 martial lifestyle experience trait, which is cool. So that would add over here, as you can see, the round kind of bar here. It's how close we are to getting to the next level and unlocking another perk. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. And I think I'm going to end the episode here, people. We'll been a bit of a long one, this, but what we'll do in the next episode, we'll continue fighting the County of Ormond, trying to revoke what this vassal has got, and all of this while trying to fabricate a hook on this guy over here, and we'll try and de jure vassalize this bloke and then take his land off him again. We do need to make more money, and yeah, that is going to be a little bit of a pain. But we should make more money once we take this under our control, and same when we get Desmond. But anyway, as per usual, thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm hoping you're going to be enjoying this little small mini-series. I know it's not a big one, but I do have some really big ones planned for you guys. Some really epic campaigns. But for the first one, just to get you guys into the groove and into the feel, and show you all the new stuff without going too fast, I thought a mini-campaign trying to form Ireland would be the best possible thing. But again, thanks for joining. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't hesitate to hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more CK3 content, as well as Imperator Rome content, if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. Please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. And with that said and done, thanks again for being here, people, and I'll hopefully catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.